gonna be one of those days. I see everyone talking about how many alterations there are. I'm gonna regret it. Anyways, hey guys, how's everyone been this week? Hopefully things been going well. I've the last few days, actually, since about Friday evening, I've been having a real issue with my internet. So I'm really happy it got all fixed for tonight. Otherwise, this stream wouldn't be happening. So, anyways, let's get cracking onto the new content. Okay. It has to be 11. Damn it, DST, because I'm probably going to be here for at least an hour. Anyways, let's do our normal run. We're going to look at the welfare, the event shop, gacha, blueprints, Twitter videos, alteration, and then I'll go and sleep because it'll be really late and I'm not going to want to do this anymore. And Snow and Mana just shit talking me before the stream even starts. Alright, so this week we're going to look at the welfare, oh man, my neck is sore. The V-Gundam. Cool. Alright, we'll start from the top. Tis. While long range shooting power boost by 25%. So long range is actually a relatively easy tag to activate these days. It's becoming pretty available. This is only going to add to it as it's the primary tag, meaning it should be on every part. And a shooting power boost, a free 25% modifier on it too. Hell, that's great. When you think about it, most 4-star and in that vein Sokai suits that come with a shooting power boost start at like what, 17 to 20%. So you can get this really high for free. Those ones you have to get multiples of, so play it as you will. It wants us to 6-star and level 90 V- parts. To be fair though, okay, because of the word tag gear stuff that they've put in, you actually don't lose anything by maxing it out other than just the materials, but you'll probably end up making those back really quickly anyways through the campaign. So if anything, you're just doing it for your own benefit at that point. So we have long range and mass production as the tags. Long range, like I said, pretty good, pretty available. Mass production. That's a pretty interesting tag to see on the V-. Yeah, I don't like the effect that much, but you know, each to their own. Shot attack wise, ooh. Oh, for a welfare, it's got a lot of shot attack. As a reference point, typically welfares have about 2,400 shot attack. The ones that are considered really good in the welfare pool have about 27. So this one pushing almost 3k. That's actually something to write home about. Not bad, V-. You got yourself a good noggin on you. Alright, let's check out the torso. When attacking with beam, EX skill piercing boost. So last video I did erroneously say that skill piercing is what causes stagger. No, that's super armor. Piercing is how much defensive values your attacks ignore. Now every EX skill has a pierce rating based on a letter, rating through D to S. I have no fucking idea what they do. So anyways, yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of this or the super armor pierce. Like if it's added on there as an extra, cool. But if you have an EX skill that has D power, but it has S plus pierce, it's still going to hit like a wet noodle. You'd be much better off using something with A or S power and D pierce. So extra pierce. Haha, whoop-de-doo. Long range force space. All right. Not a fan of the force space tag, numerically. Okay, so you're looking at about 1,000 shot attack on the torso. For welfare torso, that's pretty good. Alright, arms. You don't need to 6-star them, just level 90. I hate to break it to you, Flammy, but to get them to level 90, you have to 6-star them. All right. There's another super armor penetrator. Cool. So that one will cause staggering. Still not my favorite thing, but just so you know what it's about. Long range force space. Cool. Numerically. Yeah, so that's actually pretty cool. Integrated parts are not the most common thing on welfares. Um, this does have a significant amount of shot defense, but do keep in mind it is an integrated part. However, it is still carrying over to the tune of what, like 1200 shot attack. So these arms will have 1600 shot. Of course, that includes the shield, meaning you are losing stuff in return for that. The extra trait or EX skill. Yeah, but cool. Wait, Flammy, did you just forget that you can only go past level 80 at 6-star? The 90 to 99 is only for 6-star parts. It doesn't you can't do it for any other tier. Alright, the arm shield combo is not bad either. Good amount of shot attack. Alright, legs. With power attribute, shooting crit rate boosted. I'm not the biggest fan of crit rates. There's enough gacha and RNG in this game. Why leave your damage up to it as well, right? Long range mass production. Alright, comes back. Shot attack wise, 1100. For a pair of legs, that's a good amount of shot attack. Oh, backpack. EX skill. A plus C minus. That's just not going to hit very hard. Okay. And about 800, 900 shot attack on the back. Not bad for a backpack, but that EX skill is kind of a letdown. With power attribute, job gauge increase boosted by 13%. Really easy to activate power attribute. I'm still not a fan of what the job gauge does in the limit break and everything, so for the limit burst. So to me, it's not really that big of a deal. But some people really like the job gauge and what it does, so whatever floats your boat, Chief. Numerically, really nothing exciting. Alright, the Mega Beam Rifle. Melee attack down 10%, shooting power boost. So you are losing 10% of your melee attack, which you probably don't care very much about because you're getting a shooting power boost. You wouldn't get that if you cared about melee. So, yeah, that's a good trade-off, I'd say. Nothing but a net gain. Long range force space again. Numerically, okay, for a welfare, this actually has a significant amount of shot attack to it. I'll give it that much. So that's actually not a bad rifle. Oh, and it even comes with a Gatling gun. Huh. Alright, special shot crit rate. So special shot can only be used by middle shooter and long shooter job licenses, at least currently. So if you don't use any of those job licenses, this is actually completely useless to you. But if you do use one of those job licenses, this is when you hold the shot button down and you do the charge. For dual beam rifles, you spray really quickly. For bazookas, you charge a shot and fire. It has a big blast radius. That's a special shot. So if you want the crit rate of that to go up a bit, I'll recommend it. You go for this. And numerically, it's pretty much the same as the other. Cool. Okay. Honestly, that's not a bad suit. The V-Dash has a significant amount of shot attack for a welfare. It has a couple of really nice traits on it too, and it does bring long range to the table. So overall, I'd say that's pretty good. Anything that's less than B and not AoE is kind of pointless. It depends, because you can use those in battle circuits for the Mook phase. Because, you don't really need a lot of damage. You just need a pocket EX skill to fire off at them. But again, that all depends on what you do. Alright, power attribute tags, cool. What do we got here? Pro tag, Xeon, mid-range, 4 space, and 4 computers. Pro tag and Xeon's nice to see. So, yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Well, now let's pop on over to the gacha and die a little bit inside, shall we? So, Lots of reruns. Lots and lots of reruns. If you were to roll any of these, the reruns, the Reborn Shield is really good for shot machines. Anyways, let's take a look at the Gundam Death Scythe. Wait, is this not a repeat? I don't even know anymore. Oh, it's the other attribute. Okay. Well, let's take a look at it. Yeah, the 1/100th. Okay. So, Gundam Death Scythe. Big Edition. Grim Reaper / A+A. Wait, is this coming altered out of the box? Damn. I think I'm altered in everything. That's actually not bad. Damn, son. Alright, now this is kind of a weird case, because I don't see the base form of this, so I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist and only the alteration exists. Deal with it. Alright, so A+A, melee attack boost, melee defense boost, beam resist boost. Okay. Now, remember, this is a standard suit. It's not limited, so it will be added to the 4-star pick ticket pool after 4 weeks have passed. With that in mind, the fact that it is a selectable part and has a 29% modifier post-alteration, not bad. Not good, not bad. If this was pre-alteration, I would have a lot more hope for this part, but this is the strongest this part can get, at least based on our current understanding of parts and what's in the game. So, 29%. That's what, the 4th highest modifier? When we have... No, it's the 3rd highest, because then we have 39%, 49%, and 54%. So, yeah. It's not bad, by any means. But... Yeah, like, it's not a bad EX skill. Just, like, when you compare it to the other stuff available in the 4-star pool. Something I should also note as well, as this is a big part, all of its stats are going to be exaggerated. The big parts do have the benefit of having really nice stats on them. Yeah. I'm kind of debating whether or not I really need to talk about the stats on these, because they're good, don't get me wrong. But this is the absolute cap for this part, meaning there's no more room for growth. And the reason I don't really care to talk about it due to that is there's other stuff available already in the pick ticket pool that kind of beats these out, my knowledge. Because I can talk about it anyways, but just keep in mind that this is post-alteration. This is big. So that's pretty much +2 on it when it comes to its stat distribution. So don't go thinking it's just your normal Joe Schmo part. Nah, this is the big kahuna designed for the stats, at least in the normal pool. So, anyways, numerically, okay, so about 2100 melee attack on the head, which is expected of a big part, frankly. Shot attack is about 1600 or so. Yeah. One thing I will give these parts, the fact they come out of the box already altered and ready to go, in my eyes, raises their value quite a bit, because you're saving a ton on alteration tools, and you immediately get to take advantage of the large frames. Because don't forget, this new big line of suits, if you haven't played around with any of them yet, are actually larger than the frames we've gotten up to this point. So, anyways, While close combat, enemy shooting power reduced by 30%, and while close combat, recover 200 armor. The second one is practically worthless. So just this part alone has 3,200 armor, okay? You recover 200 armor gradually. So that's probably going to be 16 ticks worth of heals. I'm going to assume it's one every 2 to 3 seconds, maybe even a bigger gap than that. You're looking at a very long time for your suit to actually finish healing. And, you know, that's considering the fact that this is the only part I'm talking about, not taking consideration all of the other parts a Gunpla has. It's not very useful. The power attribute to reduce enemy shooting power only affects this suit. It won't affect any allied suits or squad suits. So if you are worried about your suit taking damage, cool. Otherwise, situational pretty much. Yeah, if you're going to roll for these suits at any point, you might as well do it now just to save on the sheer amount of resources it's going to take. All right. Numbers. You're looking at about 23... Yeah, 2,400 melee attack. You know, for a torso, it's really good. And about 1,100 shot attack. So, yeah, this is just a giant melee machine in the literal sense of the term. It doesn't make it bad, obviously. It's going to be very, very focused on a single thing. But do keep in mind, typically the big suits do have their own drawbacks. And I'm drawing a blank onto what exactly they are. I think it's they typically have like a total cap on what their EX skills can get to and their traits. So it's like you pretty much use these for your stat padding, and then you back slot things for tags, traits, and stuff. And then you use the skin for your EX skills. Also, big parts, when you back slot them, give a larger boost to your front part. I remember that being a thing too. It's been so long since I really looked into the parts. When one enemy shot down, reduce cooldown by 50% once. That's not that bad. It will have limited use, obviously, in anything that's 1v1. So 1v1 arenas, multi-missions where there's only one enemy. But pretty much all other content that can be useful. Infighter job, melee power boosted by 35%. Really easy to find an infighter, and a melee boost is always appreciated. Numerically, yeah, we're pushing about 5,400 or so melee attack and about 1,150 shot. It's got a lot of melee on it. Lots of melee. Alright. Legs. With power attribute, EX skill piercing boosted, and when armor is 80% or more, EX skill power boosted. So that second one's not bad. It's just you gotta make sure you don't take too much damage, right? Yeah, no victory suits. I know that feeling, dude. Alright, so this is about 2k melee attack on the legs, about 1,300 shot attack. Not bad, not bad at all. And in case you're wondering why I'm not like blown out of my mind that a standard suit has stats like this, it's to be expected. This is a theoretical max now because, you know, just before marks. It's level 99. It's altered. It's a big part, so it already has a huge stat boost. So I'm not really too surprised that a part designed to have big numbers has big numbers. Almost like it's in the name. Big. 2,300 melee attack. Yeah, no, I don't have any complaints about the numbers. It does have very, very good offensive numbers in the melee department. With axe category equipped, melee power boosted. All right, axes are not the most common weapon in the game. While for urban, special shot power reduction. I've already talked about special shot. I'm not really the biggest fan of the 4 tags, so not really my cup of tea. All right, let's check out, the beam scythe. But they're not just any beam scythe. Oh no, this is the big beam scythe. All right. Deadly circle. AB+, really? Like, Okay, sure. At least it's B+. It's not going to be terrible, but based on the verbiage that this gives, it seems to be something that's going to lock you into an animation, meaning if the animation's long, it's unwieldy, it's just going to be a net negative for whoever uses it, so. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a strong scythe. And the booster shield. Infighter job, melee crit rate boost, with axe category equipped to buff EX skill time up. I'm not the biggest fan of the buff EX up thing, whether it's duration or effect or anything. Yeah. Yeah, lots of numbers in the melee department too. So, cool. Yeah, there's really not much to say about the suit besides it just packs a ton of power in the melee department. It's a big suit. It's made for stats. Does it very well. At least they got that on point, right? Okay, let's look at our new pilots. We'll start off with Bicha Oleg, and then we'll look at whoever that other person is. Axes normally don't do well. Yeah, well, thing is, whether it's just the wind-up or not, that's bad. The fact that it's bad at all immediately makes it lose a ton of value against all of its competitors. Now, granted, in the axe department, you don't really have a ton of options, but... Alright. A supporter. Ballsy. Less than 2k after full mods, and with saber category equipped, projectile speed boosted. Nah, man, this ain't it, Chief. At least he has the commander tag. You know? In case. Alright. And Haruire. Is this our first Gundam Builders pilot? Pretty sure it is. Anyways, while Gundam type, initial EX skill charge boosted. That's a solid skill. It is a outfighter. Cool. I don't like the even stats down the board though. That's no. That's not how you do it, Chief. Gundam type for computers. Tags are workable. It's an okay pilot. I think the biggest part of it's that it's the first from the series added to the game. Other than that, big whoop-de-doo. All right. Well, that was interesting. Let's take a look at what our blueprint suits are this week, and then we'll go to the Twitter videos. And then the part I really don't want to do. Okay. So what do we got this week? Ah, we have the Cherudim, the Extreme, and the Duel. All right. I can't remember. One of these parts was interesting. Not good, interesting. And I can't remember which one it was. No. Maybe it wasn't this suit. Maybe I'm thinking... Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about the one that was the Sokai that was, yeah. This is the one that has that wonky... Yeah, the Exa full burst. This one, unless I'm mistaken, gives you wings. I can't remember. I know one of the Extreme Gundam backpacks gives you wings when you use the EX skill, and for the life of me, I can't remember which one it is anymore. It is this one? Cool. Alright. Anyways, nothing terribly exciting in there. Okay. So, we'll go look at the Twitter videos. Because there's only one suit. A backpack is Red Bull. It gives you wings. I'm kidding, Red Bull. Please don't turn off my stream. Okay. Let's get this going. Oh, you know what I am going to do though? I am going to turn off my desktop audio so that when Twitter inevitably plays the audio, it doesn't make everyone go deaf. I should probably refresh the page too. Typically helps. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, I'm assuming it's going to look more or less the exact same as its original. Okay, so that animation, its biggest downside is the windup, but at least it's an instant swing and you're done. So I'm going to say that's actually not a bad EX skill overall with B plus power behind it. It's just obviously you have to let your enemy get close to use it, and because it's so close ranged, there may be some downsides. But you know what? As far as things go, it's not bad. And let's take a look at that cutscene. Oh, they actually use his invisibility, eh? Cool. Alright, well, it's a pretty bog standard cutscene. Let's see here. Alright. Back to GBW. Alright. Now. Oh, you know what? Someone actually did mention it. I noticed it as I was leaving my stream last time. It slipped my mind, and someone just mentioned it now. But the two new pilots that got added in here, it was Yuri and Ren, right? Yeah. I already know I'm not going to be amazed by either of them, but we'll take a look nonetheless. Okay. With technique attribute, melee crit rate boosted by 30%. It's crit rate. Outfighter, the stats are okay. Close combat, mobile fighter. You know what? Those are actually really friggin' good tags. Those are really good tags. Everything else, but those tags. And Ren. With speed attribute, buff EX skill effect up. I've already talked about how I feel about that. Okay, and they're a mid shooter. Long range, high mobility. Okay. So Ren's okay. You know, the tags really aren't that great. They're good, not that great. At least not compared to her compatriot. The trait, I don't like very much. The stats, they're okay. Better than some 4 stars, but, you know, I'm not really setting the bar very high there. Okie doke. On to the part I keep putting off. Ugh. Let me guess, they're all under the permanent? Yeah. So, we have... Didn't we already get the Buster alteration? Yeah, it's not too bad this week. You know, I have the Mars 4, the Ami Shogun, Bear Guy, Buster, F91, NT1, Reborn, Zapion. Could be worse. It's just NT1? Oh, that makes it so much better. Man. Bless. Alright. So we'll look at the Mars 4 and the Yami, because we've already looked at the alterated Death Scythe. Unintentionally. And then we'll look at the NT Huan. Alright, Mars 4. Show us your wares. Head-mounted Vulcan. Before I get too into it. For anyone that has never watched me do alterations before, I only really look at the part trait or the EX skill and see what changes have been made or what it's turned into, because the stats will unilaterally go up, meaning if a part was good, it'll be much better than it used to be when alterated, with like 2 exceptions, I think, in the entire game so far. And yeah, there's no point looking at the tags because those don't change. So yeah, we just look at the one thing that does change. Buster will go away after like a day or two. Nah. It's got 8 days on there, buddy. Try again. Anyways, Mars 4, torso. Can I see the normal form? Before I go any further, I'll check, but I'm pretty sure I'm unable to, because you're not allowed to open this up unless you have the Death Scythe part. Yeah. So, we'll have to live without the knowledge. Big boo-hoo. Anyways, back to the Mars 4, no more distractions. With Power Attribute, EX Skill CD reduced by 20%. Very easy to activate the Power Attribute. EX Skill cooldown reduction, always nice. While close combat, EX Skill Piercing boosted. I've talked about this before. In combination, these aren't terrible. The first trait is solid. The second trait, I'm not really the biggest fan of, but I know some people are, so I guess it really depends on what you're looking for in a suit and what your general strategy is. Not for me. With Power Attribute, enemy melee power reduced by 30%. Those modifiers will only affect this suit, no one else in your squad or allies, so... Close range weapons EX skill power boosted. So I guess that counts for all melee and any close range like SMGs, yeah? Or is this just the shooter slot? That's a very interesting secondary trait. Not bad. I'm not a big fan of the first trait. Second trait's not too bad. Sounds pretty cool. Alright, let's look at those legs. When armor is 40% or more, EX skill piercing boosted by 28%. I've already talked about this. In fighter job, EX skill power boosted by 35%. Nice. Alright, close range weapons equals melee? Cool. Because at the end of the day, there's really no SMGs with good EX skills to my knowledge, if there are any SMGs with an EX skill attached. So it really wouldn't benefit any of them anyways. But if it boosts your melee weapons EX skill, it's always nice. Deadly Circle just became feasible. And with the fact that I had a power and I had a very to the point animation, it was already feasible, frankly. Alright. Second trait on this, nice. First trait, not my cup of tea, but again, depends on each person. All right, let's check out the backpack. Heat Rev Sword. Yep. A-, low cooldown. This is going to purely depend on the animation, whether or not it's good, though. And we don't have access to the animation, at least not easily, so... Quick Smash. You know, considering Perfect Ass came out before this, they have to know what they're doing. They have to know. Alright. Unleash a 2-hit attack with your blade, knocking enemies away. No cutscene, A+, B+. Depends on the animation. Again, on paper, it's not too bad. And the Heat Rev Sword. With Power Attribute, initial EX skill charge boosted by 20%. Not bad. With Power Attribute, melee damage output boosted by a flat number. That's terrible. Stop doing this. Please. Never again. Please. Okay. Not too bad, all things considered. Alright, let's look at the midget. Outfighter job, close shot attack raise. That's only going to affect your neutral shot when you're in close range proximity. That's only going to truly benefit SMGs because they get a damage bonus at close range. It's not worth it. Especially as a outfighter. You shouldn't be using shot as an outfighter. That is such a weird trait. Such a weird trait. Back parts EX skill power boosted by 35%. That's more universal. It's not a bad trait on its own. Torso. SD Tackle. Ah yes, the EX skill that is vicious when used by the AI, but when you use it, you might as well be a declawed kitten. All right, beam ranged weapon reload speed boosted by 20%. I'm not the biggest fan of that, really. I don't find my weapons out of ammo. With saber category equipped, easy to do. Melee power boosted by 35%. That's a pretty good one right there. The first trait's useless though. The second trait's not too bad though, guys. Pretty good. Alright. And what was that? Was the arms, right? I was just looking at the arms. I'm not going freaking crazy. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, let's look at the legs. The little dwarven legs. With speed attribute, EX skill damage reduced a flat number. Cooldown time up 10%, so all of your cooldowns will have a 10% increased global timer. EX skill power boosted. I guess it depends on how much EX cooldown you have on your suit. Really up to you if you want to do the trade for this one. Alright, backpack. Darkness sword. How edgy can I be? Crystallized, blah, 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 blah. 38% of your maximum armor heal after you do an attack. B plus A plus modifiers. No cutscene. That's gonna depend on the animation. With speed attribute, melee flat number. Okay, when armor is 60% or more, enemy melee power reduced. I've already talked about how those work, so I'm not going to keep going on with it. Yeah, the sword could be interesting, but if you're not using it on an SD Gundam, you might as well be using a metal toothpick. And it's bazooka. Wow, that's like, you could slide that on the, like, a finger of a normal Gundam. Anyways, speed attribute. Job gauge increase boosted. I've already talked about how I feel. With speed attribute, EX skill power boosted. That one's not too bad. That's an okay trait. Reduced by a flat number is okay if you already built 9. That's putting the cart before the horse, Flammy. If the enemy does no damage, if you reduce it by a flat number, they do even less damage. Don't say. But the prerequisite on that is that you already have a stupid amount of damage resist. So that's kind of a big ask. All right, Gundam NT1. What do we got? Head-mounted Vulcan. Bye. Torso. Defense up beta. 49% melee and shot defense boost. That's a hefty modifier right there. I wouldn't use it, but it's a hefty modifier right there. Arms. Okay. C power 11 magazine. Not really my first choice. We have a lot of B power magazine skills. I don't know if you really need a C powered one. When armor is 40% or more, flat number. When power attribute, shooting crit rate boosted. At least the shooting crit rate's a high modifier because it's the second trait, but I still am not really the biggest fan of either of these traits personally. The flat number is like an instant write-off, but the shooting crit rate... Alright, rapid thrust. We've seen that like a dime a dozen. That is no thank you. That is not a very good cutscene, or not even cutscene. It's not a very good animation EX. 7th try shot. I had to have made the joke when I first saw this, but how is it a 7th try shot? You either shoot 3 times, 6 times, or 9. Where's the 7? Terrible jokes. All right. Bathe foes in triple beams from your rifle. B minus B, no cutscene. One big downside to B-powered skills is some of them are actually really good and some of them are really bad. We still haven't figured out how to tell without using the damn thing first. So this could be a good B or a trap B. If it's a normal B, like a good one, there's potential depending on the animation. Goldhawk, get back into your Quagmire costume and get out of here. And lastly, it's Shield. Defense up Alpha. You get another 49% melee and shot defense boost. Not my thing. Good, for sure. That's a huge mod, but not my thing. Okay. Looks like that's it. Cool. All right. Well, guys, with that then, looks like we're done this new content patch for the week. I even rolled back and did some of the older characters that I forgot to do last time, so hopefully that made up for it. 2 more suits. Where are the other 2 suits? Where are they? I didn't see them. It's not like I ignored them or anything, I swear. Man, you get... Yeah, I'm gonna beat somebody. When I asked what was new in there, you guys were just... The NT1 was new. I should have known better. I should have friggin' known better, guys. Alright, we'll start with the Epion. I was really hoping we were done. Damn it. With Technique Attribute, EX Skill Power boosted by 30%. That's a solid Sokai part. When buffed, EX Skill Power boosted. Really easy to get yourself buffed. There's myriad buffs in this game, and you get an EX Skill Power boost for it. Why not? Feeds into itself. Thank you, Goldhawk. I will use that $5 tomorrow to go buy myself something nice. It'll probably be a blueberry smoothie. I'm feeling blueberry smoothie. All right, Zero System. Okay, so you get the 39% melee boost. Cool. 19% shot attack boost. Aight. Hostility up and speed boost. Because it splits its buff between melee and shot attack, it does see a slightly lower multiplier on both of them, but at least the melee attack is the 3rd highest in, so could be worse. Alright. Arms. Raise your melee attack, raise your melee defense. A minus, B plus. Now, something to keep in mind. This is a very low cooldown, non-cutscene EX skill. So this is a spammable buff type. With B plus power? Alright. Alright, let's check out your legs. Max output beam sword, DA plus. Raise your melee attack by 24%. Another one on low cooldown. And actually, between the two, I would almost say this one's nicer because that has a higher modifier. But, same time, really depends on what you're going for here. You going for beam, you going for physical? What are the animations like? Because I don't know off the top of my head, but not bad. Wall Transformer, melee power boosted. Okay. Leg parts, EX skill power boosted. Okay. There's lots of good leg EX skills. Especially in the melee pool. Especially in the melee pool. Alright. Bim sword. Epion legs equals shining finger sword. So against AI, you could probably get away with it then. When buffed, EX skill power boosted. Okay, while high firepower, melee power boosted. Very easy for both of these to be activated. No problems here. Alright, let's check out the whip. When 2 enemies shot down, melee damage at a flat number, bleh. Outfighter job, EX skill power boosted. Lots of really good outfighters, and you get the EX skill power boost. I see no problems here. The first trait, obviously not the best in the world, but hey man, whips are pretty great. Good for trolling. Heat Rod, DA minus. Melee attack 19, melee defense 19. Okay. It's another non-cutscene. I'll give it a pass. It's got okay numbers too. Yeah, it's a shield. Expected a little more from the Epion, but it's definitely not bad. Give it that much. Has iframes on it. Yeah, iframes are always nice. Alright, let's check out the Reborns. With power attribute, funnel uptime up. So, funnels, melee, any physical funnels are good. Pretty much unilaterally just good. The shot funnels are really a crapshoot because it purely depends on how many funnels you actually deploy. Because for whatever reason, Bamco has decided that this specific game, the beam funnels will shoot a set amount every attack period, and all funnels have the same attack periods. So you deploy them, they would all shoot at the same time and fly around at other times. So if you shoot out 6 funnels, you're doing way less damage than someone that shot out 12 or 16 or 18 funnels. So the more funnels you have, the better. But at the end of the day, I think there's way better traits you can go with than boosting funnel uptime because it doesn't fix the actual issue of funnels. B melee funnels. Those are not shot funnels, those are melee funnels. Thus, they are good. Back parts, EX skill power boosted by 35%. Lots of really good back part EX skills. Cool. All right, let's look at the torso. Long shooter job, shooting power boosted. When attacking with beam, EX skill power boosted. Nice. That's a nice one right there, Chief, that is. All right, there's our Trans Am. Melee attack boost, shot attack boost, speed boost. You get the 3rd highest shot attack mod in the game. Cool. A little bit of melee on there. All right, could be worse. The Trans Am. All right, what about your legs? There's the small GN fin fangs. So I believe this suit shoots out, is it 6 or 8 on the Reborns? I can't remember how many funnels it shoots out. If it's more than 12, this may actually be viable. If it's less than that, though, Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, right? Is like the Kshatriya shoots out what, like 16 funnels, and every time it does an attack wave, you just watch the HP melt. I use like the new Verka that I rolled at launch. It does nothing. So, anyways, um, yeah, it has B plus power, but it purely depends on how many funnels it shoots out. If it's any less than 12, it's probably not going to be that great overall. Reborn's cannon mode, S power cutscene. You get a heal, 39%, shot attack boost, and a speed boost. Cool. Yeah, no complaints here. It's a solid upgrade. Bim sword. Both, so it's 8 total funnels. Wait, hold on. Both sets, 4 each. So it has 2 separated funnel EX skills and each shoot out 4. Wow, that's useless. All right. Long shooter job. Initial EX skill charge boost. All right. And EX skill power boosted by 30% for the first 15 seconds. Good for racing, not good for past 15 seconds, obviously. All right. Gun. When buffed, reduce cooldown by 50% once. Really easy to activate buffs. Cool. Long shooter job, a shooting power boosted. Very easy to get. Cool. I see no problems here. And the shield. This is one hell of a shield for shot machines. Small GN fin fangs, A plus B plus. Yeah, so this one's actually going to be vicious if you use it on a proper melee suit because it is a beam melee funnel. It's going to hurt. It's going to get its licks in. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be alterating my shield. I just need one of those. So I'm probably going to roll that gacha once before I finish this. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll go roll that gacha. So, yeah, overall, those are pretty interesting alterations. Nothing jaw-dropping or anything, but yeah, they're pretty okay. There's lots of things they could do to make the funnels good, but it's going to be really hard to buff them without making them completely busted. Hey, cool, I got a Reborn's part on my first roll. Remember, kids, don't use my luck as a guidepost. It's definitely, these are not normal rates. Well, we do have the anniversary coming relatively soon, and there's probably going to be some really big stuff because I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But there was that new Gundam Seed project announcement. A weapon? Did I get the shield again? No, I got the okay. Um, yeah, they there's a new Gundam Seed project, so I would look into that if you haven't already seen it. Um, so there's probably going to be something related to that as like a promo, which they're probably going to use to yeah, something to keep in mind. Neat. All right. So with that, we've gone over everything. There's nothing left. I don't care what you guys say. There's nothing left. Um, so yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the stream then, unless something crazy happens. Um, yeah, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. See you guys next week.